So as you can see, we've broken that, and because that's cast it won't weld very well, so I'm going to try and weld that pin to this star point, and then hopefully that will hold it in place and we can select first gear again. That's the plan anyway. So I've cleaned this face up, and I've also ground that pin so we get a nice good contact for the weld. Just going to put a little tack on that to hold it in place, and then we'll fit it back on. So because this is cast, if it cools down too quickly, what it's going to do is crack. So what you can do is just apply a little bit of heat just so while it cools off. Obviously the blowtorch is never going to be anywhere near as hot as what the weld is, but hopefully it will prevent it from just cracking out. It's not glowing anymore, so you should just be able to let that cool just on its own, and then hopefully it should be strong enough and it won't just crack out. It's not the prettiest, but hopefully there's enough meat on that just to keep the pin in. I mean, it's going to have this screw holding it in anyway. So all welded up, back on the bike. I've Loctited that screw. I've also put a little niche in that just to stop it undoing, just in case. So put this back together now, and then we'll test it. Before assembly, just make sure everything's all clean. So I've rubbed all this down, brake cleaned it, washed it all out, got the airline on it. Little tip, if you can put a bit of wood to offset it so all the oil that you have got residue wise stays in there, so when you come to silicone it, this bit of silicone is going to stay dry and not covered in oil, and then not allow it to stick. So just building up the clutch. Obviously you put all the little plates in, so you've got your friction plates and then your metal plates that sit in between. Actually, I'll just show you. Got the friction plate there, and you've got the solid plate that's just in there. Just when you're putting back together, just make sure you've got a load of oil in there so it's all nice and spinny. Otherwise it could hang up when you go to install it, so your middle bit wants to spin. Obviously with the pressure on it pushing against it, you can't spin. That's how the clutch actually operates itself. So just a little tip for you. So, and there we have it, all buttoned back up. Had to re-silicone this because I didn't have another gasket for now. Should be fine. Set the brake light switch up, just make sure it's got enough tension on it. Kick starts back in the right place. Ready to rock and roll.